All right, so we got Cosmic Crucible round 1 attacks, and I gotta tell you the truth, man. We faced some of the weirdest defenses I've seen in CC since I came back. I don't know if they were ever like this before. Definitely, I don't think it would work for previous seasons here, but let's go into this. Is a 30 million punch up right here that we're doing right now, and I'll kind of just show you a little bit here. So I'm going up against this guy, Dead and Lost, which is 104 million. I'm at 70. Ooh, wow, I forgot where I'm at. I'm at like 76, so it's almost a 30 million punch up in total that we're going to be going into here. So we'll show you the very first matchup that we're going to face off against is a new Avengers team, and this is in the first room, right? Once again, I am this is weird, bro. All right, but we'll show you what happens here. So we're gonna use our Pegasus team. Obviously, of course, we're gonna face off against their Tiger. Does a bunch of stuff in the very beginning, throwing a bunch of bleeds out there. But I actually thought, because it was such a big punch up in terms of it being like a 700k punch up, that we would have probably faced some issues there. But what kind of happens is that they go after my Darkhawk, which of course I think things would have been a little bit different if they had gone after my rescue. I think we probably would have been a little bit more problems there, but being able to land the defense down, them kind of just falling apart. And then from here, I will say though, like overall in all of the matchups, bro, I think I did a pretty terrible job at just not doing better with efficiency, right? Like I think I just assume that we would just have this in the bag, but you'll see the end score here. We definitely left some points on the board in terms of efficiency. So this was kind of a no contest here. This was done card carried by Kestrel and friends, and then we're good to go. All right, so then the next matchup that we go into here is I think it was a new, so there's a Dorm Bifrost team, right? It's a Dorm Bifrost team that's in I can't make this stuff up. Dorm Bifrost team that's in room 2. I think that what this guy was thinking about was like, listen, let's throw some stuff in there, some big teams in there, but then what's gonna happen is that I'm gonna be able to win on efficiency, right? And that's what I think that he was doing here. So Dorm Bifrost, which losing new warriors probably might have been a little bit of overkill here, but we just wanted to make sure that when people died, they died horribly. All right, so then of course Deathpool. Wow. Gwenpool does her thing. We were kind of figuring out like which direction to focus in, but I didn't want him to taunt. I didn't want Beta Ray to taunt. So I was like, you know what, let's just go in this particular area. We definitely needed to take care of Dormammu. Started doing that. I think oh my goodness, excuse me, grab some water here. I wanted to target and get down Dormammu, but then also not do too much damage here to Val. He did Sylvie, that was it. No contest. All right, and then from there, it was pretty much basically kind of like clean things up. We knew that we weren't going to take on an ult from Beta Ray. And we were like, okay, let's do the gong here on Val, and then pretty much basically this is a no contest. But once again, you'll see me kind of just like fumbling around, you know, killing some efficiency, which once again, I think that was his intention here with all the evades on, let's say like Tigra, that would make it hard for me to have a good efficiency matchup. Same thing here with Dorm and Bifrost, that it would make it a tough efficiency sort of game. I think that's ultimately what what he was trying to do here. All right, so the next matchup, let's fast forward because once again, this is no contest. We go up against this Hive Mind team, pretty big Hive Mind team. I didn't need to use the team that I used here, right? I just didn't need to use a team, and you'll see what team I use in this matchup. But once again, I'm starting to think about efficiency, and I was like, there's no place for me to use my Superior 6 team, so I'm just going to use them against this team here. So kind of go in, target down. I targeted Void. Biggest thing for me was just to make sure that we could control Void Knight, which I don't really think would have been a big deal. We're getting Safeguard in this room and the multiple stacks of Safeguards. This is room 3 that we're in, as you can see by all the stage rule stuff going up. Like, I don't I just wanted to make sure that we still control Void anyways, although he really probably wasn't that big of a concern throughout the entirety of this matchup. Carnage does stuff, and we know that we got Gabi that's gonna do his thing here. And then you're gonna start to see they're just gonna bleed. They're gonna bleed out. A couple characters are gonna bleed out here. We don't hit Gwenum on the first go, but I think she ends up dying right here, or dying after this. Okay, then now we're gonna start getting the turn meter here for Vulture. I think we just made sure that we try to kill him. Although I probably should have basicked over here. Once again, I think the biggest issue for me in this matchup was that, bro, like I wasn't as efficient with my attacks. And if he had, done some stuff, I think we might have been in some problems here. But all right, so that was room 3. Let's go over now, and let's show you what we did in room 4. So in room 4, this is a slightly real defense. What I'm used to seeing a lot in 4 is a 3-piece, Secret Defenders with like Captain America Black Knight, right? That's what I'm used to seeing here in this room, or some version of whatever, some team of Black Knight and Cap in there, right? But as you can see, not that. So what we did is we just threw in our Scroll, our Vol, and then we threw in a couple of the other Hive Mind characters here. This was, once again, I thought we were gonna potentially could still face some difficulty from just like an efficiency standpoint, but we did not. I was checking. The reason why you saw me pause there is because I was checking. I was like, do I have 2 heroes and 2 villains? And I was like, that's 2 villains, those are 2 heroes. Okay, we're good. We probably should have made sure that we had that before the matchup started. All right, then we go here. We wanted to try to flip it off, flip Black Cat stuff here, and try to control Robbie as best as possible. Make sure that we ability block him. We get the exposed there. We're going to continue to attack him. Right? I think we went into full. No, we did not go into full time. Yeah, we went into Robbie here. All right, and then I think we tried to spread off of Robbie, although I think the wiser thing would have been to try to spread off of Strange, but I just wanted to make sure that Robbie went down. And we just did that to chain with Scroll. Really kind of an easy matchup, which kind of like all of them were, man. Like all of these seem to be fairly easy, except for I was a little scared of what I saw in 6 just because of how big that team was. But a lot of these teams are big. They're like 2.8 mil, 3 million teams. Like these are some big teams here that we're going up against, and they just start dropping like flies at this point. So this once again was a no contest. I didn't even get to ult here with Scroll. Like I did not even ult with Scroll here. So like that just kind of gives you an idea of and of course this is the room, of course, where you don't have that. So yeah, all right, so that was once again pretty much an easy matchup here. And then we go up against, you're gonna see me do something real stupid here. So I'm putting a team, I'm trying to throw in Quicksilver here, right? And then watch what I do. Watch what I do here. I try to put in Quicksilver, and I'm like, all right, I want to move Titania and then put Titania by Abomination. Something happens. I hit fight, and then this little, is this like a bug? Maybe I'm not familiar with it, but maybe you guys are familiar with this bug. But what the heck happened here? Somehow my guy ends up all the way over here, right? Like that wasn't just me, right? Because y'all saw what I did. I moved Titania there. I don't have anything selected here, like grouped up. I don't have anything selected there, from what I can remember. But I click fight. He's right here, and then we go. Let me show y'all. I click fight. I go into the matchup, and then my Absorber Man, not Abomination. My Absorber Man is all the way over here. What the heck happened, bro? No clue. If this was a more serious matchup, like that could be a big deal, right? That could definitely have been a big deal. But you'll see here, really no contest with this team. I don't know what this is. Like I would have expected if they had put in Superior 6 in here, I would have had some issues, right? Like I 100% would have had some issues. But being that this was like the only concerning character was Big Time, we ability blocked him, then we stunned Vulture, and it was pretty much basically kill Big Time after that. He cannot go into stealth. like where this matchup is over. You're just now. This is one of the things that did kill my efficiency a little bit here, is that we had to start dealing with like 765 Mysterios. That was the only thing that became an issue here, because as soon as he's done, then here comes 7,500 more of him, and then we have to kill these two. Luckily, we have Quicksilver, who attacks like 765 Mysterios. He attacked 787 times, so therefore we were able to take them down. All right, and then the next matchup, listen, once again, I don't know what this is. This is a full nowhere team. 3 million nowhere team. I'm sure does really well in war, but a full nowhere team here in room 6. So I just decided to just APOC, Nova, big time. You saw Tangled this team here, and once again, like, I didn't do this as efficiently as a brother should have, but we got through it. I think what's going to be more important here is for you guys to see what happens when this matchup is over. So we go after that. We'll just show you kind of some of the matchup here. This is once you see APOC and Tangled and the rest of these guys here, you kind of know already that it's no contest, right? So we ulted, speeds up Weaver, we stun their Thor, their Infinity War Thor, and then the rest of the matchup is fairly simple. I think we targeted Korg. Yeah, we did. Targeted Korg, stunned him. He was still gonna taunt anyway, so that was kind of like a wasted thing to do. And then I specialed, which I don't know why I specialed on Nova, considering that he has his charges. There's nothing I was gonna land on him, so I don't know why I did it in that direction, but I don't think I could have done Cosmo because I think he had immunity on him. So that's the reason why I did that. All right. And then here we just did this for the adjacent hits, although I should have just basic just to steal the stuff off. Then we killed Nova. And then later on, somehow we decided to ult with APOC, and that was Murder, She Wrote. So once again, I just was one of the weirdest defenses I have ever gone up against, man. I don't know what to say here. So we ended up with a score of 50,168. Realistically, though, we should have probably been like in the 180s or something like that. I think we left a lot of points on the board here, but you're gonna see what happens with their score. This is interesting. So they only score 49,753, which I was just like, how? You have everything on offense. It's like, how is it possible? So stage 1, I have as you can see here, I have my extreme team. That's just my full extreme team that's on defense at 2 million. Then I have this team here, Darkhold with Loki at 1.9 mil. They use their extreme team there, right? Hey, good stuff. They use their new warriors here against my Infinity Watch. But then you see, like, this is what they failed with this team going into this. And I was just like, why? Like, why not use like an APOC scroll? They have it available. Why not use that against this team here in room 4? I for the life of me, I couldn't figure it out. Like I felt like this whole matchup was just weird, man. This whole matchup was just weird. And then they used Pegasus here against that, which makes sense. And then they saved their APOC against this. It's like, why not New Warriors that instead? Like, why not New Warriors in this room? In this room here, why not use your scroll, your Black Knight in the previous room, the one with the Secret Defenders? Didn't need Quicksilver at that point. Why use Hela here? And instead of, and against this team, like, you could have just New Warriors this. Bro, sis, I was baffled, but I'm glad that we got the win. GG's, right? All right, y'all, listen. I don't know what you're gonna get from this video. Hopefully you are just as perplexed as a brother was going through this matchup here. We'll take the dub. It's all Gucci. We'll go from there. Easiest 30 million punch up I've never done in my life. Hey, GG's, either way to him. I think once again, if he hadn't dropped that room, I think based on efficiency, he might have actually been fine just based on what I saw from some of the turn bonuses there. All right, guys, so until next time, and as always, y'all be blessed. Y'all be safe.